Hello and welcome everybody to tonight's presentation of UGA Ice Dawgs Hockey. I'm Torin Smith. With me as always, Joe Kopsho and Ren Grimsley. We are so happy to bring you the season opener of this 2023-24 season for the UGA Ice Dawgs. We are on the road tonight for this late night start at Greenville, South Carolina at the Pavilion, where the Ice Dawgs are on the road to take on the Clemson Tigers. As we get set for the opening draw here, we'll take a look at the starting lineup for the Dogs. It's the newcomer Donato on the wing with Mazzaros and Punzenberger. Hagen and Poole on D, and in goal the big man, Ryan Testino. As the Dogs win the opening draw, we are set to go here from Greenville. Dogs quickly turn that one over. Clemson right up ice. They're going to have a break right at the net. But that one's poked away by Truman Hagen. Trying to chop that one in for the Tigers was Kopp, but the Dogs keep it out. Here's Donato trying to shake off the forechecker there, but the Tigers will dump it in and get a quick change, quick shifts here early for both teams as they will get wholesale line changes. Poole stops up behind his net. He'll wait for someone to get open here on the breakout. Punzenberger with it for Georgia, but he's picked off there at the blue line. Hagen in to help him out. He'll skate it right across the blue line. Here's Truman Hagen, takes the shot. That one a muffin right on goal there. Got off a stick, it looked like. Here come the Tigers back the other way. Skied out to center ice. Gannon couldn't get a skate on it, but he recovers it off the bounce. He drops this pass off here for Hedquist. Trying to drop it off for Parente, and he does. Parente fires one on goal. Easily turned aside that time by the Tiger goaltender. And here comes Clemson back the other way. Ferroni with it. He dumps it in deep. Hagerman here for Georgia. Passes it off for Hedquist as he shakes off a check. Here comes Gannon. And looking for Parente on the stretch pass, but couldn't connect that time as the Tigers dump this one back in deep. Here's Hagerman. Steps around the check, trying to break it out. Good forecheck here for the Tigers. Here's a chance in front, but it's gloved by Testino. And a little extra shoving there as we get our first whistle of the game Joe, who are our players to watch here in Clemson tonight?
Players to watch, it's got to be that big man in net. Already made a good save. That's a good opportunity for Clemson to chip it over that glove side. Good save covering that up already. Last year at Clemson, these goalies for UGA struggled a little bit more than usual, an .860 save percentage. Over the year, they were sitting around .900, Newbold and Testino combined. So watching that. And then on the offense for Clemson, it's got to be Nicholas Chazar. Last season against the Dogs, 6 points in 2 games, 2 goals, 4 assists.
Definitely something the Dogs are going to have to lock him down. That's number 18, Nicholas Chazar, for the Tigers. So we're going to face off to the left of Ryan Testino here. About 1:40 gone here in the first period. As the Tigers punch this one in deep, they'll fight for it on the half wall here. Eberle trying to dig it out for Georgia. Burnett's tied up. Here's a shot from the goal line, easily turned aside by Testino, and the Dogs will regroup back the other way. Sam Adler across the blue line. He'll dump this one in as Eberle stays on sides. He'll go in the corner and chase this one. Out in front looking for Adler, but a good stick there that time by Benedetto. Here's a chance for the Dogs. Shot blocked that time on the chance from Eberle. Rebound shot from Stewart is swallowed up and frozen.
And, you know, there was a little bit of a question about how these Ice Dawgs would come out. Last year, they came out with a 6-0 loss to Tennessee. I think David Eberle there showing us how the Dogs want to come out. A big check from the side there puts them down. It creates an opportunity, and now an offensive zone draw.
Absolutely, Joe. Looking for a quick start here as the Dogs with an offensive zone faceoff. Adler's shot is blocked that time. Trying to keep it in. And he does, but this one just leaves the zone. Stewart unable to hold the line there. Burnett trying to get it out to center ice, but it goes up into the netting. And we'll get a little extra pushing and shoving here on the blue line. Nothing too serious, it looks like.
Yeah, it's no question that these teams don't like each other. Both games last season had a fight that ended with players in the box, especially one that happened at the end of a period that broke out into a full-scale brawl. So Tigers and Dogs don't really get along too well.
Face off to the right of Testino. One thing about that the Dogs will be missing tonight is Alexander Strauss serving a suspension that he picked up in the Nationals tournament last year against Tampa. He actually was kicked out of both games against Clemson last year, or both times that he's been on the road in his career, against Clemson. So big defensive force for Georgia, not in the lineup tonight, as that one just leaves the playing surface. So we'll get a face-off inside the Tigers' zone.
Yeah, road Dogs are going to be tonight. Like you said, Strauss likes playing here at least to get those fists warmed up. So without him, that's a big loss. He's usually on that first defensive line with Poole, who glides out there right now. Now he's with Hagen out there, number 27.
So we're going to face off to the left of the Tiger goalie here. Digging down is Bardo, able to win it over to Gutman. Quickly on him is the Tigers defender. Poole able to keep it at the line. He'll take a shot. Blocked with the skate in front that time. Tigers trying to get something out to center ice, and they do, not without a big check there from Dan Bardo. And the Dogs will punch this one shallow into the Tigers zone. Lots of physicality here from this line here of Whitwer, Gutman, and Bardo. As this puck is dumped in deep, we'll get a change here for Georgia. Top line back out there now. Donato and Mazzaros on the ice. Whitwer looking for the tip, stick out of his hand. Donato couldn't put it home, trying to stretch out around the goalie, but the outstretched pad took away the angle there. Punzenberger in on the forecheck. Couldn't get the puck away, though, as the Tigers get it down into the Georgia zone. Here's a chance outside. Shot goes about 6 feet wide. No threat there. Testino lets that one go all the way around the boards. The shot from Ronan Bryant. Here's a shot from the point. Poole trying to get it in deep. Stick on it from the Tiger goalie. Dogs able to punch it right back in behind the goal line here. A little extra shoving at the bench from Josh Mazzaros for Georgia. Another player that really likes to play at this Clemson ice. A couple years ago, he had an overtime winner against Clemson on a half breakaway chance. Dogs will curl this one back. Here's Hedquist, one of the newcomers on this Georgia team. Tigers with control. Shot easily turned away by Testino. Rebound finds its way to the half wall. Hedquist there for Georgia. Bounces it off the back of the net. Here's Poole with it, trying to break it out. And he'll just chip this one out to center ice. Not enough for icing, though, as it's stopped up right at center. And the Tigers quickly curl it back the other way. At the blue line, good defensive play there for Georgia, but it's just offsides on Clemson. So we'll get another whistle with just under 5 minutes gone here in the first. We are still scoreless.
Yeah, you mentioned Will Donato there. That's going to be his first year here with the Ice Dawgs, and he's on the first line, the sophomore starting out hot. He had the best chance all night, got the goalie to commit early, tried to wrap around him, but couldn't get it done. We'll see how that sophomore, his first year on the Ice Dawgs, kind of plays out as he is on that first line.
Lots of new faces out here, Joe, and they are ready to get going here in this Ice Dawgs lineup. If you watched our red and white stream last week, you saw that they are very excited to get going. As Dylan Spicer said, this team is very fast-moving, very physical, and they will be very tough to play against here. As a shot from Parente just goes off the toe. The outstretched skate of the goaltender. He keeps this one scoreless, as Hagerman able to chip that one out. Evan Parente, the overtime hero against the number 1 ranked St. Bonaventure Bonnies last year in the AAU playoffs, newly formed AAU.
Yeah, and pool play, a big 3-0 for the Dogs in pool play.
Here's Parente. He'll fire that one across the ice for Hagerman. Trying to get it over to Conway, but it just skips over his stick and down into the corner. This one shot off the glass and out. Should be enough for icing. We've got a whistle.
Went out of play on the netting here.
Went to the netting. So we'll get a face-off inside the Tigers zone. A long shift for these Tigers. Georgia looking to capitalize with some tired Clemson players out there.
Yeah, we mean no harm to the Tigers. Dogs would probably beat Tigers in a fight, although depends on the size of the dog and size of the Tiger.
I don't know. Bulldogs aren't very agile creatures.
However, I think Boom would get them. However, we keep saying goaltender because Clemson has 14 players that share a number on their roster. The goalie is number 35, of which we don't have that number, so unfortunate.
So we apologize to you Clemson viewers out there. We have 3 number 9s on the roster here. So if we say the wrong name.
3 number 9s, 3 number 31s.
Adler dumps this one in deep. Eberle trying to battle for it. Here's Adler with a chance, but it's blocked at the side of the goal, and the Tigers will take it back the other way. Trying to chip it around. Bill Martin recently switched his number this year as he takes a hard check at the blue line. This one's dumped in deep. Bill Martin wearing 7 this year, switched from 44 from his rookie season, as he's in to fight for that puck there. In around the half wall, Adler punches it back in behind the goal. Back to Adler, and he'll get the breakout started here for Georgia. Cross ice, Tyler Stewart, another newcomer here for Georgia. We talked to Dylan Spicer. He said he has a 90-mile-an-hour shot, give or take. Definitely not something you want to step in front of if you're one of these Clemson Tigers. So we'll look to see if Stewart can get open at some point in this game and use that shot to his advantage. Not for now, though, as the Tigers dump it back into the Georgia zone. Leighton Poole with it. He'll rim it around the boards to the newest Ice Dawgs captain, Robbie Whitwer, wearing number 14, a big C on his chest for the first time. Whitwer trying to get it out, and he does. Here's Dan Bardo with it. He'll streak it down the right wing side. Bardo into the corner, looking in front, blocked in front there. Good defensive play on the back check by the Tigers defender. Here's Whitwer. Fans on the pass, though, and the Tigers will get this one back out to center ice. Clemson in the midst of a change. 1-on-5 chance here for the Tigers. Breaking in, runs into Testino. Little incidental contact there. Testino with some extra shoving on that guy. Tigers trying to get something going here from the corner. Long shift here for the Ice Dawgs. Centering pass blocked that time by Hagen. And Georgia will take it back the other way and get a change. Here's Truman Hagen. Nice move, cutting to the net. Hagen shoots just off the side of the goal. And we'll get a whistle as it looks like the net is off. I don't think I've seen hands like that from Hagen before, right, Joe?
Yeah, that was a great total all-around play. How many times last year did we see defensemen let a puck go right into the crease? Hagen stops that immediately, and then he turns on the jets and does a little handle around 3 guys, lets his team get a change, and even puts a good shot on goal. So excellent job early here from Hagen, who had to move up a line. Absolutely, Joe. Like you said, a lot of plays last year, big plays, or big games rather, were decided by goals right in front. That includes the Tampa game in the Huntsville playoffs last year, the CHS playoffs, that is, as there's no call on that play. Looked like the refs let a couple of penalties go there, one aside. But the Dogs will be looking to lock down the house in front, right there in the slot this year. That's definitely something they're going to look to change and give their goalies a little more help. Here's Mazzaros with a shot. That one's tipped off the defender's stick and out of play. Yeah, and something to mention, we've had a clean game so far, like you said. Referees, maybe it's a little late at night, not seeing too well, but they're letting things go, letting the boys play on the first game of the season. The Ice Dawgs had the most penalty minutes in the AAU last season, 472. That's not per game, but still a total amount. And Clemson even had more penalty minutes when these two teams played, so they really don't like each other.
Dogs know how to get people going, that's for sure. Here's a tip in front. Mazzaro's got a stick on that one. Not enough speed on it to fool the goalie, though, as he easily covers that one. And we'll get another whistle. And a face-off to his left. A little extra shoving again, so maybe starting to pick up out there, Joe.
Yeah, that was an excellent tip from Mazzaros. Like you said, change of direction doesn't give the puck its velocity it needed. However, easily could have gotten the goalie to commit to the other side of the post and snuck that one in. So good attacking so far from the Dogs as they're out shooting Clemson.
Face-off won by the Tigers. They'll skate it quickly out to center ice. Parente on the back check, able to break it up, but the Tigers punch it in deep. Testino out to stop it. Here's Adam Hagerman with it. Trying to get it out on the breakout. Turnover right in front as this one's played to the corner by Testino. Good awareness in the crease to break that play up. Hagerman takes a check there behind the net. 2 players aside. Hagerman comes away with it, and he'll start the rush here for Georgia. His pass goes off the skate of the Tigers player at center. Here's Conway at the side of the goal looking for Parente in front. Couldn't get the shot away as Hedquist ran into him. Little miscommunication there for Georgia. A great chance on a great pass from Declan Conway. He lays a check there, but this puck goes out to center ice. Evan Parente back to play it for Georgia. Clemson gets a whole change here. Pass across to James Hedquist. Really impressed with his speed in the red and white scrimmage as he fires that one in front of the net. No one home, though. Burnett keeps it. His shot blocked in front, right in the low slot. Lots of traffic down there for Clemson. They are not letting anything get by in that low slot. Here's a shot. Tipped in front, just goes wide. Another deflection in front. Georgia trying to work the point so far in this game. Parente keeps the clearing attempt in, but the second chance opportunity finds its way past the Georgia blue line. Here's a check from Bill Martin. A couple of number 7s going at it down there in the corner. 3 Georgia players in to dig. Hedquist trying to get it out, but it's kept in by the Tigers. And Conway circles back. He'll gain control for Georgia. He'll sky this one all the way out to center ice, but it's batted right back to him. Fumbles over his stick. Martin picks it up. Here's Tyler Stewart. He'll fire it off the glass. Take an extra check there. Couple of extra punches from both sides. So the physicality definitely picking up now that you said that, Joe. Here's a check from Stewart as he lays a guy out right in front of the Georgia bench. Shot easily saved by Testino. And he'll hold on. Another thing I've been really impressed with from Tyler Stewart, sorry to cut you off there, Joe. In the tryouts, I was there. He had a couple of huge hits in tryouts, so definitely look for him to throw the body.
Yeah, we weren't seeing too many hits in the red and white in the practices games, but Tyler Stewart likes to bring it, and that was purely a result of Stewart getting maybe a little back end, and then he said, hey, throw you into my bench, let the boys get to you.
You pick a number, remember that number, and you get them clean, just like Stewart did there. Georgia trying to stay off the PIM sheet maybe this year. As Stewart lays another check, so he is all over with the physicality right now. As this one's dumped back in, Hagen able to stick it down, but it finds its way to the corner. Halfway gone through this first period, we are still scoreless. Here's Adler with it, trying to fight off of the half wall. Trying to start the breakout here.
Refs just missed a bad cross check right around the Testino's red line.
This one's fired back in. Takes a weird bounce off the stanchion. Testino a little shaken up there. Out to play that one. Able to react accordingly, though. Looking for the stretch pass is Poole, but it's blocked down by the Tigers forechecker. Great pressure here from Clemson. Trying to get something going as they cut to the net. Here's a shot saved by Testino. Clear to the corner. Stewart fires it off the boards, looking for Adler. Adler corrals it, chips it up, looking for Poole. Long shift for these Ice Dawgs. Here's a change. Good chance here for Clemson to start the rush. Down the left wing side, number 9, trying to get it in front, but Eberle's back for Georgia to take that one away. Poole did not get a stick on it, linesman says, so we'll have icing and no change for Georgia. So lots of tired players out there.
Yeah, that was definitely the best shift of the night so far for Clemson. They're still going to be at it. So Ice Dawgs, I think they've been playing great so far. Score's still 0-0. But last year it felt like the Ice Dawgs had some sloppy play and then some amazing play. So far right now, I'm seeing consistent good. That's where you want to be at to start the season. Nothing sloppy, keeping pucks out of the crease and getting some good shots on net. Good
traffic in front of the net on both sides defensively. Not much coming in the way of slot chances for either team as the Dogs win the faceoff. Quick on the forecheck are the Tigers, though. In the crease, puck still loose. Cleared to the point. Whitwer couldn't get it out, though. Gutman gloves that one down, and he'll stop and pull it away from trouble. Dogs get a much-needed change. Poole trying to punch it in deep. Not quite deep enough, though, as the Tigers get it back to center. Trying to get something going here on the rush is Clemson. Down the left wing side. Here's a shot from outside. That one got tipped off the stick of Poole, and it will go all the way around and down into the Clemson zone.
Yeah, I want to go back to that play by Gutman where he stopped the puck up. Excellent. That gets the people to the bench that need to get out and people on ice that have some fresh legs. Good job.
This one's dumped in. Owen Leland there to play it for Georgia. He'll take a check. Whitwer, good breakout here as he drops it off for Dan Bardo. Bardo down the right wing side. He's got no help with him. He'll take the shot from the outside and settle for the offensive zone faceoff.
Yeah, so far for the Clemson goalie tonight, 7 shots, 7 saves. That was kind of an area they were deficient in last year and something we were looking out for. They averaged 5 goals against a game and just under an .800 save percentage. So good on the Clemson goalie so far to save everything he's seen. However, he'll have to keep it up. 7 shots in about 13 minutes is a pretty good pace.
Face off won by Georgia. Here's Gannon with control. On the half wall, takes the shot, tipped in front as that one bounced around in the low slot there. Not sure if it ever found the net, though, as this one's pinned on the half wall. Lots of bodies down there fighting for this puck. Clemson comes away with it, though, trying to get it started on the breakout. Good keep there from Leland on the point as it's fired back in deep. Mazzaros chasing. That's a big hit down there in the corner from Josh Mazzaros. Gannon walking the line, lots of pressure on him, and he'll dump this one in deep. Another big check. We got a penalty coming up here on the Dogs. Looks like it's going to be number 13, Will Donato. So we will get our first penalty of this 2023-24 season, and it's the newcomer, the sophomore Will Donato.
Yeah, that was honestly one of the lighter penalties that we've seen. So this one gets called, however, in the first power play of the game, as he just caught him from behind and didn't let him get with the puck.
They called interference there.
Yeah, so didn't let him get to the puck. So interference on Will Donato. Will have a power play for Clemson.
So a big chance here with 7:20 left to go in the first. Clemson's power play unit gets their first looks of the night. Face off to the right of Testino. Tigers win it, and they'll settle it down at the point. Passed off to the D-man, back across to number 9. Up at the point, back to 9. Looking for the shot in the slot, the bumper position there. Kept in on the clear. Good keep at the point there by number 17. Tigers circling back up to the quarterback here. He'll curl it back down to the half wall. Cross ice pass, top of the circle, back in top. Here's a one-timer shot. Rebound, just finds it at the side of the goal. Looks like this one went out of play. Great chances there. Looks like Whitwer will leave the ice. He blocked a shot off the skate. Looked a little shaken up, but he will be okay.
Yeah, this is an interesting penalty kill unit. The first one we saw, we haven't seen that group of guys come out, at least last year, too much. Whitwer, Burnett kind of up there at the front. Burnett sitting in the middle with his big body. He's going to stick out there. But good job by Whitwer. He was hounding the puck, even made a diving play to try and break up the cross-ice pass, and then finally caught one in his ankle. Good job putting the body on the line.
Face off again to the right of Testino. One back to the point, as the Tigers will set up their umbrella here. 3 guys high, 1 in the high slot, but Parente gets a stick on that one, and he'll win the foot race to the puck here. Parente trying to keep it in deep, and he does, still with control of it. Evan Parente chops it back in past the goal line here. Dogs wanted a call as Declan Conway went down, but no dice there. First minute killed off here on the penalty to Donato, as the Tigers get this one in deep. Not without a check from Martin, though, as he'll get this one. Lucky bounce off the stanchion there. Here's a chance for Georgia. Parente's got Conway. Couldn't find it on the pass, and we've got another chance here for Clemson.
Got to get back.
Here's number 13. His shot right into the breadbasket, and Testino will swallow that one up with 38 seconds left to go on the man advantage for Clemson.
Yeah, that was the first quality shot, I would say, of that power play for Clemson, and quality is a little bit dramatic as that one ate up Testino's big body. So right in the breadbasket, as you said, and now less than a minute, less than 40 seconds remain.
Look for the one-timer here. Clemson with their guys set up on opposite sides on the defense here. Here's a chance in front. Good stick there by Hagen to force that one to the outside. Eberle takes a spill, but Mazzaros able to clear it to take a few more seconds off of the power play here. Clemson trying to get something going from behind their own goal. One last rush if they hurry. Eberle almost got control of that one.
Got to get back now.
Here's a 3-on-2 for Clemson. Cutting into the slot, dropped off at the point. Good check there from Eberle, trying to get it past the defender. Down low on the half wall, 4 seconds left on the penalty to Donato. This one's cleared into the opposite corner. We are back to even strength. At the point, mishandled. Eberle couldn't get a stick on it. He had a 2-on-0 chance with Whitwer fresh out of the box. And they will blow this one offside. I don't think Whitwer touched it, but regardless.
It looked like it hit Whitwer kind of in the shin area as he was offside, so they'll call that touching while being off. So good first penalty kill from the Dogs. That's what you like to see. I want to thank everyone for watching so far tonight and appreciating the stream. That was our first time having a power play clock, so big news here.
Big upgrades coming from the UGA Hockey YouTube channel.
Lots of headaches for Joe, but big upgrades.
Here's Clemson trying to set something up in the offensive zone. Friendly fire there as that shot went off of the Clemson winger. Here's Whitwer trying to win the foot race, but Clemson able to regain control. Whitwer hard on the forecheck, gets the puck away. It's a very physical line here for the Ice Dawgs.
It's good to see Whitwer be this physical. He's had some problems with injuries, but that is certainly how he likes to play.
Of course, Matt Bigda graduated last year. Cameron Campbell graduated last year. 2 Ice Dawgs captains graduating in 1 year. Not a very common thing, but Robbie Whitwer, a natural leader in the locker room. Team president, of course, and a very physical presence down there on the ice. Of course, he was named captain at the start of this season by head coach John Kemp as the Tigers punch this one in deep. Like you said, Joe, it's good to see Robbie back out there. He had a couple of nasty injuries last year, of course, against Kennesaw.
In the playoffs.
Here's a 2-on-1 chance. Conway passed across. They score! James Hedquist pots it on the 2-on-0 chance, and the Dogs take the lead with 4:21 left to go in the first.
And who would have thought in the first that a blown tire from the Clemson skater would lead to the 2-on-1 and eventually a 2-on-0. He was in a good position, lost his skate, and all of a sudden that became an easy bread and butter for the Dogs. It passed across, and the first goal of the season for the Ice Dawgs is a big one.
How about the first goal of his career there, Joe? Congrats to James Hedquist, the freshman out of Floral Park, New York. And they'll take that puck there on the bench. Steve Beneke down there will, Benny will get the tape around that puck. Little souvenir for the freshman. Good start to his Ice Dawgs career.
Yeah, on our rosters, we have stats, and of course, being a freshman, none from last season. That one, he'll finally have one on the board on our next roster.
Passed across the blue line, shot from the point, finds its way to Testino. Rebound couldn't get on net as it goes down into the corner. Back up at the blue line. D-to-D pass. Hedquist outstretched, trying to get a stick on it. This one goes down into the corner off of a Georgia stick. Parente with control. Looking cross ice. He's got Jack Gannon. Gannon, the defender, with control. Down the right wing side, looking for Conway in front. Here's a shot, just goes wide of the goal. Great chance on a great move there by Declan Conway. Here's the back check from Gannon. Able to get back on that. Look at the hustle there from the D-man. Recently named alternate captain of this team as well. As this one's punched back in past the Georgia blue line. Not for long, though, as the Ice Dawgs take it back the other way. Donato looking to redeem himself for that interference penalty. Here's a strong forecheck here, but he turns it over at the bottom of the circle. Back out at center ice. Georgia regains control. Martin circles away from danger. 3 minutes left to go here in the first. Ice Dawgs lead 1-0. Here's a chance. Here's Mazzaros on a half break. Just punches it too far. Gets another stick on it, but it goes right over the goal. Mazzaros crashes into the post hard. We got a penalty coming up here on Clemson. Late check there from Donato. They might take both here.
3 groups of players getting into it.
I don't know if Donato heard the whistle there.
I think he heard it.
It was right next to him. He had to have heard it.
I think it probably blew his eardrum out. He is looking like he's going to stick on the ice, and Clemson might be the only one sending one.
The original penalty will go to Clemson number 11. That's John McKeon. Awaiting the signal here.
We do have a number for McKeon. He's one of the 2 brothers on this team.
That's one that we've got
Mike McKeon, the brother. Though I don't believe we've seen him tonight skating around in that number 3.
Maybe he's wearing a number 9.
The 4th 9. There is a Dogs player that looks like he will be sent into the box.
That's Robbie. We're out there to discuss the penalty call here.
You would think that Robbie would only be out there, though, if the Dogs were going to send one into the box.
Maybe he's looking for an explanation on why the penalty's not more.
Could be looking for a major. Clemson did pick up 1 major penalty last year against these Dogs.
All we can do is speculate from up here. Although we do have a new camera that can punch in pretty close. Let's see, Ren, how close can you get on them there? Can we read their lips? Not quite.
We were at the red and white game and at practices zooming in on Coach Campy's board. So a player will skate into the box. That's Will Donato. So his second time in the box. We mentioned Matt Bigda left off captain, led pretty much, I would have to guess the AAU in penalties.
Georgia all time in PIMS.
He had over 50 penalty minutes last year. So Will Donato is
on
saying,
base for sure.
I can step up into some sort of role. He is certainly on base.
So we'll see. It looks like we'll have some 4-on-4 hockey here for 2 minutes.
We'll have 4-on-4.
4-on-4 for sure. We'll see how long.
Yeah, the fact the refs are discussing it so long, as you said, we can only speculate. Seems like it'll be majors. He's holding up, saying we're ready to go now, and it is 2 majors, or at least 1. Clemson has been given a major to number 11, as we mentioned.
We have a 2-minute penalty for Donato. So 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, and then the Dogs will have a 3-minute power play. Of course, on that 5-minute major there, if the Dogs score on that power play, he will stay in the box. So some 4-on-4, Joe. Lots of extra room out there. We know you love that.
I love 4-on-4. Creates cleaner passing lanes and makes everything a little bit easier for the offense. Defense has to work a little bit harder.
Here's a long clear here. Not sure they know that they're 4-on-4, but that one found the net, so no icing.
You heard the bench just scream 4-on-4.
Just got to remind their guy. It's been a long time since those penalties were called. He could have just forgotten. As this one's dumped down into the corner, Eberle hard in on the forecheck, drops it off for Martin at the point, takes the shot through contact. He's leveled on the blue line. Martin quickly pops back up, though, amid the cheers from the Clemson bench. Burnett able to keep it just barely. I don't know how that puck stopped on the blue line.
About 1 minute and 15 seconds left of the 4-on-4.
Eberle takes the reverse check there from Herbert Kopp. Adler able to keep it. Eberle with a chance. He had the puck, but he went for the check instead. Martin able to keep it at the point. Shakes off Kopp. Back down low for Eberle. 1 minute left to go on the penalty to Donato. Lots of extra contact now on every play as Martin got tangled up there with Kopp. There's number 14 for Clemson, easily turned aside by Testino. Ardo with it. Still 4-on-4 for another 45 seconds. He'll dump this one down in deep to the Clemson zone as Georgia gets a change here. Around the boards, Clemson trying to get something going out of their own end. Stopped at the blue line, though, by Leighton Poole. Here's Conway down the right wing side. Takes a slap shot from the circle, and it's held on to by the Clemson goalie. Not sure Conway put that one where he wanted to. It was right in the chest.
Yeah, Conway is known for being a little bit of a creative skater as well, so interesting to not see any dips and dangles from him there. Takes the hard slap shot, maybe trying to catch the goalie sleeping, however, right into the chest.
So face-off to his left, 24 seconds left on the penalty to Donato, 1:12 left in the period. Gannon trying to shake the man at the point, drops it off for Conway. He's got some space. Across the pool, one-timer, easily blocked that time by the Tigers winger, and they'll clear it out to center ice. Donato up in the box. Here's a turnover there in front. Walking in, here's a shot, save Testino, and the rebound hits the side of the net. The best chance of the game for Clemson, but he just fumbled the puck. And Testino able to get a glove on it. Dogs on the power play now, 5-on-4. Under a minute left to go in the period. Conway trying to send something up here. He'll hold it on the half wall, play it up to Parente. Point now for Gannon. Back down low for Poole as the Dogs set up the umbrella here. Cross ice looking for Conway. Saucer pass not cleanly handled, and this one will find its way all the way down the ice with 23 seconds left to go in the period.
That is why Testino will almost always be in that net for big games. What a save. That is scored almost every time, but Testino stands strong.
Here's the goal scorer, Hedquist, with 10 seconds left in the period. Got to get something on net here. Trying to force his way down in deep, 5 seconds. Clemson content to just hold it to the boards. The Dogs, of course, not, but that will do it for the first period. So after 20, the Dogs on top, 1-0.
Good period for the Dogs. They take a lead early. We talked about how they started slow in their season opener last time, a 6-0 shutout. This one going a bit better. They'll head to the locker room with a 1-0 lead. We'll see you back in the second period. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in about 20 minutes.
we'd like to take this moment to give a special thanks to one of our sponsors here. And here comes Conway for the Ice Dawgs. Nice move by Conway.
Fan experience.
Conway shoots. He scores! It's the Red Zone, your one-stop shop for all things Ice Dawgs. From jerseys to caps, hoodies, and more, they've got the official gear that'll have you looking like a true Ice Dawgs legend. So whether you're cheering in the stands or watching from home, gear up in style with the Red Zone at UGARedZone.com. The Red Zone, the official retailer of Ice Dawgs merchandise. Welcome back, everyone, for second period action here from Greenville, South Carolina. where your Ice Dawgs currently lead the Clemson Tigers 1-0 after 20 minutes. The Dogs will start this period on the power play, but for the rest of the first period recap, I'll send it over to Joe.
Yeah, a lot happened, but only one goal goes up on the board, and it's the first of his young career in James Hedquist on the second line tonight. So the center, Declan Conway, gets the assist. A good 2-on-1 that turned into a 2-on-none when the defender fell down. So a good job from UGA to convert on the easy opportunity, and it looks like Clemson has gotten so defeated with the 1-0 game, they have just not entered the rink for this second period. Dogs are ready to play, and there are no Tigers right on this frozen pond yet. But anyways, a good first period, as we said. The Ice Dawgs giving Clemson a round of applause as they finally skate out on the ice. But a good first period overall. I mentioned it, Torin, but last season we saw these Dogs stretch in and out, have good stretches, have bad stretches. I thought the first period in total for the Dogs was just good, solid play all around. So looking forward to seeing that in the second period, especially starting on the 5-on-4 power play.
Absolutely, Joe. We've mentioned it a couple of times, but these Dogs have a little bit different of a look than we are used to seeing from a Georgia club hockey team. Very fast this season and not as quick to the body, but that might change here in this second period. Of course, Georgia starting on the power play, and to start off for this second period, it's Declan Conway in the circle with the wings Hedquist and Parente. On the back end, it's Gannon and Poole, and of course, the big man in goal, Ryan Testino, as we get set for the second period face-off here in Greenville. It's won by the Tigers. We are go for second period action. Leighton Poole quickly gets control for Georgia with 2:05 left to go on the man advantage. The long 5-minute penalty to McKeon. Just able to get this one out. Good play there defensively by the Tigers killer. Just on sides, Hedquist trying to drive to the net, and he does, but it's poked outside again. Hedquist still with control of it, loses it on the opposite side, and the Tigers will carry it out shorthanded. Here's a chance. High slot just off the stick of Poole, and about a mile over the net, it hit Testino in the top of the head.
I don't mean to chuckle so hard, but that one caught the metal roofing above. Testino was like, hey, is this going to come down? And it hit me in the dome. So Testino, I don't want to get beat up, but luckily for him, has a thick skull. So he'll be all right.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll sleep good tonight. Face off to his left, and Clemson gets it off the draw. Shot just goes over Testino's head. Had to duck on that one a little bit. Gannon with control in behind the goal. He'll curl it back. Dangerous pass across ice to Poole. And he'll try to dump it in. Almost sends the lineman up into the bench. Kept in at the line there, Poole. Sorry, Joe.
The funny part about that was definitely offsides, but the lineman going in the bench missed it.
Here's Gannon with control. Drops it off for Conway at the top of the point. Poole with a one-time chance looking for Parente on the back door. But a miscommunication there sends Parente further behind the net than Poole wanted him to. Conway with a shot, friendly fire off of Hedquist. And he'll shake that one off. Hit him in the knee, it looked like. Hedquist with it. Looking for the wraparound chance. Rebound save. Another rebound pops out to the circle. Conway dusts it off, but he couldn't get the shot away as the Tigers clear it. Testino out to play it away from danger. Smart play there by the Georgia goalie. Conway looking for a quick up here. We got another penalty coming up here on the Tigers. Testino will be out of his net, so a 6-on-4 chance with 30 seconds left on the penalty. Here's a chance from the outside from Conway. Goes off the back of the goalie's shoulder. Donato digging, Conway digging, and we will finally get a whistle as the Tigers touch up, so a little bit of 5-on-3 for 24 seconds here.
Yeah, and I think Conway there has to be a little smarter. He's got to keep that shot in his pocket, recognize, hey, we have an extra man on already with Testino. Let's keep it for as long as possible. But instead takes the shot early, and now, despite it, the Dogs will have a big advantage. 5-on-3.
Big chance coming up here for the Dogs to extend their lead as PP1 is out there. Again, Will Donato replacing Big Da on that PP1 this season. Face-off won by the Dogs. Burnett will settle it down on the blue line. Plays it down low for Donato on his forehand. Back to Burnett. Back to Donato. Down low. Mazzaros with it. Looking in front for Punzenberger. Shot just goes wide. Mazzaros regains control. Back to Burnett. Fakes the shot. Hagen with a drive. Just goes wide. Regaining control is Mazzaros. Back across. Hagen again. Shot save on the pad. And this one will go out of play as the first penalty expires. So we're back to 5-on-4 here. Great chance there on that one-timer, 2 one-timers there from Truman Hagen as he slams his stick in frustration. Thought he had one there, but a great save by the goaltender to rob him of a goal.
Yeah, good job there from the unknown goaltender.
Face-off won by the Dogs. Punzenberger with control on the half wall. Plays it back to Hagen. Return to Punzenberger. Over to Burnett. Down low, here's Mazzaros. Good cycling here from Georgia on the outside, looking to get something to the front of the net. Mazzaros cross ice. Hagen has to turn around to get that puck. So the Tigers trying to clear it. Good forechecking here. Here's Mazzaros looking in front for Punzenberger, but a good block there. They score! Mazzaros somehow puts that one in from behind the goal, it looked like. It's a power play goal. Georgia leads 2-0.
Yeah, I'm not completely sure how that puck got in. It almost would seem that Mazzaros got it on that red line and almost threw it off the skate of the goalie, and it just happened to bounce in behind him. Would hate to call that definitely what happened, as that was shadowed kind of behind the net, but an excellent job of the Dogs to finally get that one in on that extended power play, and they were so good at it last year. The first power play goal of the year gets them up 2-0.
So Mazzaros continues his goal streak against Clemson, extending it to 3 games in a row now. Of course, scored twice in 2 games against Clemson last season. As Burnett chops that one in deep, here's Donato with control. He'll skate it in behind the goal. Takes the check, plays it up to Martin. But this one will go the length of the ice. It should be icing on Clemson, and it is.
And you mentioned earlier that Mazzaros might just need to be called the Tiger King. Has scored in pretty much every game in his career against Clemson.
And Auburn.
And Auburn. He
Something
owns the entirety of the Tigers. So when you said a Bulldog might not be able to take on a Tiger, I think maybe it's starting to lean towards my side. However, good job there from the Dogs. Now they have something to build off of. Would like to say this is kind of how every game last year went against Clemson. Georgia got out to a lead. Clemson didn't have any first-period goals in the first 2 games of last season.
Yeah, I was speaking with Ice Dawgs defender Alex Strauss, of course, sitting out this game, serving that suspension. But I was talking to him earlier on the bus, and he said the same thing, Joe. Every game against Clemson that he's ever played has started out the same way. Georgia gets a quick few goals, and then Clemson storms back out of nowhere. Here's a chance in front. Testino able to keep that one out. Shot just from the top of the slot, but Testino flashes the leather. So there you go. Clemson looks alive and well here.
Yeah, didn't mention Testino in the first period recap, but he had that 1-on-0 opportunity. It was all up to him. He committed, still was able to get that leg across in the split and block the shot. Another good 2 saves there. Mentioning on that Clemson kind of storm back in the later half, 7 of their 14 goals came in the third last season against CHS opponents like the Dogs.
That's an interesting stat, Joe. So Clemson definitely a comeback contender here. Here's a shot from Stewart, easily saved there.
Yeah, excuse me, 7 of all the 14 goals in the games, Dogs and Clemson, came in the third.
Wow. Clemson on the rush here, trying to get something going. Lots of Dogs back on defense, though, as the Tigers go for a change. Gannon gets control. Hagerman there to help out. Nice drop pass there. Hagerman will skate onto it. He's got a man open. It's Eberle. Eberle looking for the back door for Adler. Trying to get it across. Adler couldn't get a stick on it. Eberle got hit there. Here's a chance back the other way for Clemson. With speed, breaking in. He shoots, save Testino, and it goes out of play. Another breakaway save for Ryan Testino.
And Ryan Testino has been a stud all last season. We mentioned how good the Ice Dawgs have been in that department. He's been excellent, combined with Newbold, a 227 goals against and a 900. Testino was kind of pulling that up. Both are amazing, though, and that was another stroke of genius from Testino. Might get a little bit lucky throwing that glove out there, but his big body and big frame definitely helped him block that one up into the netting.
So face-off will be to his left here with just over 4 minutes gone in this second period. Georgia still leads 2-0, but Clemson with some momentum now. High slot. Here's a shot. Just went off of Hagen, and he's shaken up in front of the goal. Looks like it hit him in the left hand there. So he will get a change as soon as he can. Whitwer chasing. Just beats out the icing. Good hustle there from the Ice Dawgs captain. Hagen struggling to get into the bench. Looks like he might be okay, though. We'll take a look at his hand down there. Here come the Tigers back the other way. Bad pass, easily broken up that time by Poole. Second chance finds its way down into the zone off the stick of number 9. We're not sure which number 9, but one of them. Here comes Poole back the other way. Nice move by Poole at his own blue line. He'll skate it all the way into the slot. Leighton Poole finally loses it, and it comes back out to center ice. Getting a little bit chippy now, Joe.
Absolutely.
Back the other way come the Tigers. Down the right wing side. Delayed offsides here, so Clemson forced to touch up. Conway gets a free breakout as he drops it off to his defender, Burnett. Circles back, Dogs in the midst of a change. Parente leaves it on the blue line. He'll stop up, takes the shot from the point, and shakes off the check. That shot just goes wide, but Clemson back the other way again. Little ping pong being played here, back and forth on both ends of the ice. Here's Parente, nice pass, trying to get it over to Conway. Trying to beat him to the outside and bring it to the front. Here's a pass looking for Burnett in front. Martin with a shot just goes over the goal. He got a hold of that one. Burnett fires it in, but the low glass here claims another victim as that puck goes up into the netting.
Yeah, that was some excellent offensive production from the Ice Dawgs. Not consistent. Kind of more like we saw last season with some quick breakaways, but a lot of attempted shots and a lot on goal that the goalie had to stand up to. So a good job from the Ice Dawgs. Got to get a little bit tighter on the defensive end. Little worried about Hagen. That's kind of the area that Robbie Whitworth caught one last year that ended up keeping him out for a while. So hopefully Hagen's okay because he had to move up into that Alexander Strauss spot. And he took a puck like Alexander Strauss does too.
He looks to be okay down there. He's standing up front on the bench, ready to go up for his next shift. Here's a chance. Hedquist couldn't get a stick on it as it's cleared to the corner by the Tigers. Good forecheck, though. James Hedquist able to get the puck, again taken off his stick. And the Tigers take it back the other way. Parente gets control, though. Plays it back to Hedquist. Fires it across ice. Here's Conway all alone. Shoot, save. Rebound loose in front. And it's cleared to the corner. What a pass by the freshman Hedquist to find Conway on the back door there. As the Tigers get something going through center ice here. They'll dump this one just to the right of Testino. He'll play it away from the forechecking Tiger. Out in front, though, here's a chance. Picked up by Hedquist as he clears the zone. He's got help. Hagerman fired across to Conway. High slot, his shot is blocked. Went off a leg of a Clemson defender. Conway trying to shake them off as he cuts to the slot, but it's taken off his stick again. Hedquist able to keep it in the zone, though. Walking to the slot, James Hedquist. Nice moves, but he couldn't get it to the front. Conway tangled up with a Tigers defender as he gives a cross check. We got a penalty coming up here on Declan Conway. Right in front of the ref. Not sure what he was thinking there, as they will call that 10 times out of 10. So Clemson back to the power play, 0 for 1 on the man advantage tonight, as they look to close the gap here in the second period.
Yeah, it wasn't really just 0 for 1. It was really a power play that didn't have many quality shots for Clemson. So they'll try and improve on that. And you see that the big boys come out for the Ice Dawgs. Not the first penalty kill unit they had on last time. That was centered around Robbie Whitworth chasing the puck around. This one a little different with Poole on the back end.
Bardo trying to fall on that puck. That shot goes off the mask of Testino once again. He's getting shelled back there in the second period. Whitworth takes a hard check, but able to clear the zone. That's a captain's play right there, as he pops right back up. 15 seconds off the clock here already on this man advantage for Clemson. Almost offsides, cutting to the net, though. Here's a centering pass. Good stick lift there by Bardo to break that one up. Puck fired in behind the goal. Hagen back out there. Good to see he's okay. Poole trying to pin that puck to the boards, and he does. Here's a shot from Ovechkin's office. Just goes wide. Looks like Whitmer might have gotten a piece of that. Back up to the point. Down to number 9. Top of the circle. In the high slot. Looking again for number 13 on that one-timer chance. Clemson with a lot of big shooters out there right now, trying to get something going from the outside dots. Down in behind the goal is Kopf. Sorry, that's McKeon. Kopf with it now. As Poole goes down, 57 seconds left on the Tiger power play. Here's McKeon, drops it off. Back to McKeon. He'll walk it down from the point. Here's Kopf cutting to the net, but he loses control. Poole might have gotten a stick on that one. Great defending here from the Ice Dawgs, but they need to get it out. Long shift here for these penalty killers. Back across into this face-off dot. Shot just goes wide through the screen. 30 seconds left to go on the Tiger power play. Shot in front. Puck loose. Just goes off the top of the net.
Broken stick.
There's a broken stick. It's an Ice Dawg. 5-on-3 here as Hagen was without a stick. Tired penalty killers out there now for Georgia. Here's a chance. Shot was saved by Testino. 15 seconds and they clear. Lots of zone time there for the Tigers, looking for a quick up as Georgia tries to get off. All 4 guys replaced for Georgia now with 4 seconds left on the clock. Here they come into the zone. Mazzaros picks that one up, fires off the glass and out as we are back to even strength. Great penalty kill there for Georgia.
Absolutely. Good job from Georgia. A couple quality chances for Clemson, but stood strong.
Punzenberger trying to fire it in front, but it goes off of a Clemson back checker, and this one will go all the way back down into the Georgia zone. Martin with control. Pass left for Mazzaros. He's got speed down the right wing side. Good defensive play to keep him away from the slot. Punzenberger chasing it. Donato in to help him out. Lets the puck go up to his defenseman. Here's a tip in front. He scores! Josh Mazzaros with his second of the game and extends the lead to 3.
Josh Mazzaros with another strange one. Got one behind the goal, it seemed like last time. That one gets blocked and just trickles into the side of the net. Good job from Mazzaros. Does what every coach of small children playing hockey will do. Just shoot the puck at the net. Something good will happen. Mazzaros now with 2 goals on the night. Had 3 hat tricks last season. Maybe trying to start it out early in the first game of the season. Torin.
That'd be a pretty good start to the season here.
And this is really how I wanted to see the Ice Dawgs come out. Last season they came out slow, and we were questioning how the play style would be. Would it be physical or speed this year? It's been a good combination of both. They've come out excellent.
You're absolutely right there, Joe. Georgia showing no signs of stopping after killing off that long penalty there. Great momentum builder. And they have silenced the Clemson crowd here at the Pavilion in Greenville. Georgia with control. Here's a shot from Burnett again, looking for the tip in front. Donato got a stick on that one, but it was saved by the goaltender. Here comes Clemson back the other way, able to stay on sides. Cutting to the outside, centering pass, no one home. He couldn't get a stick on it. And the Dogs will try to bring it back out the other way. Good keep, though, for the Tigers. They're still fighting, showing no signs of stopping here halfway through the second period. Donato trying to get it out. Martin able to play it out, and they do. Here come the Dogs back the other way. Will Donato with it, stops up on the half wall. Waiting for help. Punzenberger there, he'll fire it on goal, easily sticked into the corner. Hagerman with it. Cleared around, Dogs in the midst of a change here. Clemson trying to get it out. Great forechecking here from Georgia, establishing pressure as this one will go the length of the ice, and it will be icing.
I like how Will Donato has just constantly been looking for the pass. In that situation, he had a man in front of him, a man behind him. He tries to stop up, can't get the pass through, but we've seen multiple passes from Will Donato find their way through and create good opportunities. Good to see from your winger on that first line. Excellent job from him tonight on his first year and first game for the Ice Dawgs.
So the faceoff will be to the left of the Tigers goaltender. 9:28 left here to go in the second period. Georgia leads 3-0. Dogs win the faceoff. Parente plays it down the half wall for Conway. Back up to the point is Gannon. Here's his shot, just goes over the net. Hedquist looking for the tip in front. He's got a goal tonight.
Good
The Ice Dawgs freshman showing out. Sorry, Joe. Here's Hedquist looking for Gannon down low. The streaking defenseman trying to get something on the back door. That's the second time number 29 has fallen down on this shift for Clemson. Here's a shot from the outside. Went off a stick and wide. Hagerman with it. At the side of the goal, Hedquist with it. Passes it looking for Conway, but he couldn't find the tape. Gannon plays it off the boards, back down low. Great zone pressure here for Georgia as we've got a whistle, and the net is off.
Net came off without a shot. Tigers running a little bit scared, perhaps.
These nets have come off a few times on that Clemson Tigers side.
Yeah, but they've switched sides, so interesting how that net might be following them around, but good job from the Dogs, consistent pressure, and then that was Hedquist with a good pass across. These first-year Ice Dawgs are playing with some heat in their heart. Excellent passes, cross ice into the slot. Good job from both of them.
Face off in the same spot to the left of the Clemson goalie, and it's won cleanly by Conway. Shot from up top. Hagerman trying to find it through. A good block there, and this one finds its way to center ice. Hagerman gets eaten up by the Clemson forecheckers. Conway in to help him out, though. as the Dogs regain control. That one went off of Hagerman's face on the clearing attempt from Conway. Here's James Hedquist. He'll dump this one into the near corner and chase it. Rimmed around the boards. Clemson trying to get something going out of their own end, but a good keep there from Gannon. Hedquist able to help him out on the wall there. Battling for it inside the blue line. Hedquist punches it in deep. Parente to pick it up. Gannon walks the line now. He'll float one on goal. Turned aside. Another one dangerously bouncing there low in the slot. Trying to break it out are the Tigers, and they do, but Poole first man to the puck as he wins the foot race. Here come the Dogs back the other way. Leighton Poole with speed down the left wing side, trying to cut to the net. In front, no one there as the goalie will fall on it and freeze it.
Yeah, that was almost an own goal from Clemson. Number 4 in front, Charles Dubose, kind of one of those stops of a defender just all around the puck as we've got some late words here between the two teams. But Dubose, kind of that stock defender for this Clemson team, almost chipped it over his goalie, but a good job to cover there as that pressure gets put out. A good job from Leighton Poole to conserve energy, still get to the puck first, and then come all the way down.
Offensive zone draw lost for Georgia that time. That's one area they've been pretty good in tonight. Another change from last season, winning a lot of offensive zone faceoffs. But Clemson will take it back the other way this time. Dumped in, chasing it is full. Out in front, no one there for the Tigers. Stewart will get it for Georgia. Trying to break it out. Adler gets cross-checked at the blue line there. Clean check, not a cross-check. Down in the corner, cutting to the net off the side of the goal. Good play there by Poole to keep him to the outside. Here's Adler. Turns around. He's got Stewart at center ice, able to tip this one in deep. Looked like it should have been icing, but they say no. Eberle goes into the boards hard. As the Tigers trying to break it out. Looking for the centering pass was Eberle, but no one in the high slot there as this one goes back out to center. Burnett takes the check, but he'll get the puck right back. Eberle with it at center. He's got Stewart with him. Off the board. Stewart trying to go around his man, but that one's flipped up into the net, so we'll get another offensive zone draw here for Georgia.
Yeah, and that maybe a little bit of a lucky break for Georgia is that one they'll say goes out right before the blue line. And now the refs will actually discuss, I believe, where this puck's going to be dropped. I think it will be an offensive zone draw. They finally agree. And that means also Clemson can't get substitutions in. So a good job there from the Ice Dawgs keeping that pressure on, and a good move from Tyler Stewart to get that puck off the wall. Tried to pass it to himself, but the danger of the play, the risk involved for Clemson still involved it being an offensive zone draw.
So Eberle, the lefty, taking the draw here for Georgia, trying to win it back to Adler. Kind of does, not cleanly though. Adler has to take it to the wall, and it's taken off his stick that time as the Tigers break it out the other way. Good check there by Stewart to break that one up. Adler circles back. This one's played up to the point. Martin couldn't get a stick on it though, on a great play by McKeon to break it up. Here's Kopp with McKeon. Kopp in the high slot, down low. McKeon couldn't get a stick on it as it bounces in his feet. Here's a 2-on-1 chance for Georgia. Adler and Gutman. Gutman down. Good play there as the defenseman lays out to break up the pass as he blocked it with the stick, but it's still in the zone. Kopp trying to get it out, and he does. Burnett lays it down. This one will be enough for icing, it looks like. No, it was offside.
Interesting there that Gutman tried to pass that. A good play by the defender, but he almost kind of committed too early to the pass. Gutman has to rip one, try and go blocker side on the goalie there as the defender was kind of tracking behind, make it obvious he was taking the pass away. It was an amazing play, but Gutman's got to let that one rip kind of from Ovechkin's office right around that circle there.
I wish we could give credit to number 17, but we're not sure what his name is because he's not listed as number 17 on the roster. But if anybody knows, feel free to tell us in the chat, and we will give him his credit where it's due as he keeps this one a 3-goal game. Face off all the way down in the Georgia zone after the offsides. Kopp with it, drops it off on the point. Down low. Looking for the centering pass for Kopp at the side of the net, but he couldn't get it off. Here come the Dogs back the other way. Good play by Kopp on the back check, though. McKeon couldn't get it. Bardo able to punch it out to center ice. Whitwer picks it up, plays it back off the wall for Bardo, but this one's chopped up into the ceiling. So another whistle coming up.
Yeah, that's a low ceiling on that side, so really easy to do that above the benches. Everyone on the Ice Dawgs avoid a puck to the head, unlike Ryan Testino, who took one earlier off these low ceilings with metal beams. So Ice Dawgs will get a neutral zone draw, and they'll try and win this one and get immediate pressure, I assume, with the dump in.
Face off right in front of the Georgia bench. And it's won by the Tigers. They'll pick it up and skate it right back into the Georgia zone. Right off the stick. Testino able to play it into the corner, but we got a high stick called on Georgia. So a face off to Testino's left regardless.
Yeah, and you mentioned that Georgia tonight has been doing an excellent job in the offensive zone draws. I would love to see them here get a defensive zone one. Actually, this one.
A high stick called on Clemson, actually.
Yeah, the high stick comes back out.
I did not think it was. It was on Georgia. Okay. They are calling the face-off into the circle. I thought so. They blew the whistle when Testino touched it.
Yeah, it seemed like it would be a defensive zone draw for the Dogs, and it finally is. Mentioning how Dogs need to get a little bit better at these clutch moment draws, so it'll be an important moment here as it's going to be Dan Barta.
Face-off won by the Tigers. Whitwer unable to chop it out. Clemson trying to set something up on the perimeter, but Gannon quick to shut that one down, and here come the Dogs back the other way. Gannon content to just lay it down into the corner. Georgia trying to protect the lead with 5 minutes left to go here in the second. Off the boards, Hedquist gets control, trying to punch it around the defender. Still fighting for it is Hedquist. Good edge work there, able to stay with the puck. Here's Gannon with it, drops it off for Hedquist. His shot goes off a stick, and again out of play. If I had $1 for every puck that went out of play tonight,
double your net worth.
I could fill my tank with that money.
Yeah, well, it's getting close with today, but
not.
Yeah, these short walls are not conducive to keeping pucks in play, so another one off. I absolutely love how Hedquist just kept fighting for that puck on the wall. These first-year Ice Dawgs have been getting after it. They've been some of the highlights of tonight, despite only one goal between them.
4:45 left to go here in the second period. Georgia still up 3 as Hedquist gets hammered there on the blue line. Herbert Kopf stands him up. Hedquist quickly back up, though. He'll take the puck back the other way. Hedquist trying to corral it as it goes down into the corner. Here's Hainold with it for the Tigers. He takes a check from Conway. Hedquist with control once again for Georgia. Trying to make a move around the last defender there, Benedetto, but he couldn't get it to the slot. Here's Hagen with it. He'll curl it back. Georgia happy to just take some time off the clock here. They'll move the puck around in their own zone for a few seconds. Got to be careful with that, though. Clemson very aggressive on the forecheck right now as they dump this one right back in. Again, like we've been saying, Clemson is a third-period team here, so look for them to get a big rush at the end of this second and going into the third. They will not go away. A little bit of yelling over there at the Clemson bench. Looks like Evan Parente laid a little bit of a late check. Here come the Tigers back the other way, 3-on-2. Looking for the centering pass. No one on the back door, though. Couldn't get a stick on it. Here's a check on the half wall. Here comes Georgia, 2-on-1. 3-on-1 chance. Mazzaros over to Conway. Walking in, looking for Hagen in front, but a great back check there, and the stick lift breaks up the play. 3-on-1 chance. Not a shot for Georgia.
Yeah, got to let that one loose at some point. Can't sit too long and wait.
Here's a chance. 29 takes another spill. That right skate needs a little bit of a sharpen, I would say, as he's fallen down 3 times the exact same way. Stewart gets tangled up with number 16 down there. He's not on our roster either, and we've got a whistle as this one was covered up.
Yeah, losing some skates are the Tigers. You would almost say it's the ice, but I don't think we've seen any Dogs lose their skates yet, so shout out to Benny, the equipment manager, doing a good job so far, as the Dogs have been skating quick. And an excellent showing so far, and like you said, some third-period teams, and not only that, both games last season between the Tigers and the Ice Dawgs were one-score affairs, so this Clemson team has a lot of fight, and they'll be looking to come back.
Face off in front of the Clemson bench. Georgia wins it. Martin takes a spill, though. Here's a chance upcoming for the Tigers. Good stick lift there from Martin as he pops back up after falling down. Redeems himself to take away the goal there on that short odd man rush for Clemson. Back the other way come the Tigers. This one punched into the Georgia zone, fired off the boards and out. Donato trying to get something going. Hard on him are the Clemson forecheckers. As Mazzaros takes a cross check there, we got a penalty coming up here on the Tigers, as they will touch this one up. So 2:27 left in the period. Georgia goes back on the power play.
Yeah, their second goal of the night from Mazzaros came on a power play. However, their next opportunity did not come on one, so they're 1 for, I believe, 3. But Mazzaros scored shortly after a power play kill from Clemson. So the momentum that a power play builds, even if you're on the defensive and kill it off, is huge. So looking to get another power play opportunity are the Dogs.
They used to say the 2-goal lead was the worst in hockey. I've been hearing the 3-goal lead is the worst, at least in the NHL right now. Lots of big comebacks in the way the game is played right now. So Georgia trying to put this one away with a power play goal late in the second period. Maybe make that gap just a little tougher. Make Clemson have to climb a higher mountain here. Playing it around the boards. Trying to set up for the perfect shot. Mazzaros plays it down low for Punzenberger. Back up top to Burnett. Umbrella set up here for Georgia. 3 guys high, 2 guys low for the Dogs. Shot from the outside. Mazzaros from the Danny Heatley angle. He can't put that one home, though. Here's Punzenberger. Takes the shot off the shoulder of the goalie. I think Punzenberger had the angle there. Couldn't find the back of the net, though. Back up top to Burnett. His shot finds the net. Saved by the goalie. Back down into the corner. Burnett gloves this one down on the clearing attempt. He'll punch it off the boards. Trying to keep it in as Punzenberger, but it's muscled out that time by number 13 on the Tigers. They'll get a change in penalty killing units. Here's a shot from the outside, blockered away by Testino. Punzenberger trying to drop it off for Hagen, but a great penalty kill here from Herbert Kopf, taking lots of time off the penalty. But here's a chance for Georgia. Conway, he's got Hedquist backdoor. Nice play defensively by Benedetto to break that one up, and he'll dump it into the near corner. 40 seconds left to go on the Georgia power play. 1 minute left to go in the period. As Leighton Poole wings it down the left side. He's got speed, but it's poked away again by Benedetto. Solid defensively on this PK. He has been. Parente up top. Gannon with a shot. That one's blocked and cleared into the Georgia bench. We'll get a whistle and a face-off that should be, looks like they're pointing outside of the zone.
Yeah, not too sure about that one. It looks like it should be in Clemson's zone. It will eventually get moved there.
We know puck.
We know hockey. We're pretty good at this.
We know puck.
Want to make a quick shout out to the fact that Georgia added a D3 team. So our man Andrew Fleming on that team is in the chat. So we want to thank everyone in the chat. Louis DiPaolo just called a game, a big one between ERAU and Florida UF, which came down to a 1-score game in which the Eagles won. So thank you for everyone watching, especially those a part of this hockey realm in college hockey.
And a huge shout out to all of our UGA parents. Of course, we love to do it for all of the parents who can't be at the games in person because it's a long way to travel for some of you. So thank you for showing your support in the chat, all of you from home. As there's 6 seconds left on the Georgia power play. Maybe one last rush to set up here before the man comes out of the box. Here's Gannon down the right wing side, drops it off for Parente. Parente dusts it off, down low. Gannon looking for the centering pass. Parente couldn't get it. Hedquist turnaround, pass it across to Conway. His shot goes off the side of the net. 15 seconds left in the period. Gannon still digging for it. Puck loose in front. Hedquist couldn't get a shot away. Gannon goes down holding his face, and we will get another penalty on the Tigers. A little bit of extra after the whistle there. So here's the chippiness that we've been waiting for. It hasn't really opened. The floodgates have not opened here.
Yeah, and it's almost all on Clemson's side, at least of recent. That's the second penalty in a row. It's one of the number 9s for Clemson. It is either Thomas Caputo, Ronan Bryan, or Connor Bridges. I'm going to go with Connor Bridges. He played
Place
the
your
most
bets,
games.
folks. Which number 9 is heading to the box? If you know.
Is betting allowed in South Carolina?
Don't place your bets, folks. We don't know if that's legal in the state of South Carolina.
Theoretical bets. But
it was a figure of speech.
I would guess it's Connor Bridges. And again, like I said, more chippiness out of Clemson here than the Ice Dawgs, which is quite unusual. And so far, while the Ice Dawgs were unable to convert on the last opportunity, they've been good in total on the night.
So 8 seconds left in the period. Georgia looking to get a quick shot here off the draw. Face off won by Clemson, and they will try to get it out. Here's a weird play. Hedquist plays it for Poole. His shot, glove, save. That was a really bad play by the Clemson defender to turn that one over.
Yeah, that was almost extremely dangerous. Instead, Clemson gets off of it as Poole, I'm sure, didn't laser that one in there as much as he wanted, but a good glove save from the Clemson goalie. And they'll do it again, and you would have to assume it sets up to be a draw that you instantly shoot slap shot.
So the right-handed Conway taking the draw here. It looks like he's trying to win it back to Gannon. 3 guys in the front of the net for Georgia. They will likely crash. Clemson defender falls on it, and that will do it for the second period. So after 40, it's 3-0 Dogs. Thanks for joining us. We'll be right back with third period action.
Discovery Houston, press to ATO.
Liftoff of mission 41D, the first flight in the orbit of Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
quick word from one of our sponsors. There's few things more important to a hockey player than his hair. That's why the Ice Dawgs only trust the best. The Old-Fashioned Barber, located at 1725 Electric Avenue, Watkinsville, Georgia. Go with the flow. Go with the Old-Fashioned Barber.
Hey, I'm Ren Grimsley, and I'm here with assistant captain Jack Gannon. We're here after the second period. And Jack, it's been a couple of weeks now playing with the team. If you had to describe this team in one word, how would you use it?
I would say
Hey, I'm Ren Grimsley, and I'm here with assistant captain Jack Gannon. We're here after the second period. And Jack, it's been a couple of weeks now playing with the team. If you had to describe this team in one word, how would you use it?
I would say deep. You know, we got 4 lines this year, 6D. You know, anyone that's on the ice can make a play. You know, it's really nice to see.
Absolutely. Now it's a late night here. It's about 11:45 roughly, and after 2 rough periods, how can we stay assertive and not give up a 3-goal lead here in this last period?
Yeah, no, I think, like I said before, we're deep. You know, we're rolling 4 lines. We're rolling all 6 defensemen. You know, we have a full team that's gonna, you know, make a play every time they get out there. So just focus on ourselves and, you know, make sure we're making plays and playing our hockey. We'll be just fine.
Awesome. Thank you. Good luck out there in the third period.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome back to Greenville, South Carolina, where the Ice Dawgs currently lead the Clemson Tigers 3-0 after 40 minutes. As we get set for the opening draw of the third period, the centers glide in. We are go for third period action. The Dogs on the power play as the Tigers took a penalty late in the second period, rather. So Georgia back on the power play. Poole will dump this one in deep. I'd like to give a special thanks to Ren Grimsley, our newest member of our broadcast team, for his intermission interview with Dogs alternate captain Jack Gannon. As this one's fired in around the boards. Chopped at by the Tigers, trying to get it out, and they do. Gannon trying to settle it. Here's a chance for the Tigers. Lead pass just out in front of the stick of McKeon. Couldn't handle that one. 2 players spill into the boards down there. A stick caught in the skate of Gannon. That's not something you see every day. He'll plead his case to the referee of why he thought that should be a trip. Meanwhile, Hedquist skates all the way back down the other way. And a nice little spin move, but no shot on goal there as the goalie easily swallows that one up.
Yeah, got to remember that the Dogs are coming into this period with a power play. However, no shots on goal in that first about 45 seconds. Of course, 15 happened in the second period. So a minute left, got to get a little bit more production. And like we said earlier, Clemson likes to make these games close, storm back. So another goal on the board for the Dogs would not be unneeded.
Here's a face-off win for the Tigers. They'll clear this one all the way. Excellent penalty kill so far here to start the third. And we saw the Dogs build some momentum off of a penalty kill earlier. So look for the Tigers to try and kill this one off and pounce early once they get back to even strength. Here comes Mazzaros. He's got 2 goals in this game. Looking for the centering pass. Another good defensive play, but it's kept in at the line by Hagen. Here's Donato, the newcomer here on PP1. He'll drop this one off for Mazzaros on the half wall. He'll circle back. Top of the circle, down low, Donato looking for the centering pass. Good stick there. Hagen in the high slot. He takes the shot, but it's right into the chest of the goalie, and he'll freeze it.
Yep, Mazzaros and others trying to get a stick in front of the goal, so goalie covers up and defense surrounds. But a good shot there and a good opportunity for the Dogs. They'll have about 20 more seconds to get on the board again here and make this a 4-0 game. On the other side, of course, is Ryan Testino. You really only hear goalies' names when they're doing poorly. That's why you haven't seen or heard of Testino so much, because he's been excellent tonight.
Battling down there in the corner. 14 seconds left to go on the Georgia power play. Here's Burnett walking the line. Punzenberger with it. Fires it across to Hagen. Back to Burnett. Trying to get it back across to Punzenberger, but it's kept in deep. At the side of the net, Mazzaros with it. Out for Donato. He's trying to put it back down on the side of the net. Mazzaros looking for the centering pass. Net off, it looks like, once again. Good save there by the goaltender. Burnett clears it down into the corner. Mazzaros with it. We're back to even strength, by the way, as Clemson successfully kills that penalty, but they are hemmed in their zone right now. Mazzaros with it in the corner. Trying to play it across for Donato. 2 defenders on Mazzaros as this one's rimmed around the boards. Long shift for both teams out there as the Tigers come back the other way. Almost lost an edge there. A little bit of wrestling going on at the blue line here as Hagen gets tangled up with Foal. Puck bouncing around at the side of the net. Goes around to the opposite side of Testino and back again. Foal with it. Rims it around the boards. Battling for it right behind Testino. Here's a centering pass. Shot just goes wide. Maybe Testino got a piece of that one.
Off his blocker.
Off the blocker. Trying to get the quick up here. Are the Tigers still in the midst of a change, though? They'll elect to just dump this one into the near corner. Looking for the shot at the goal line, but he couldn't get an angle on that one. Here's a centering pass. Broken up that time by Punzenberger. Good defensive stick by the Dogs winger. Here's Gutman, fires it back across to Punzenberger, looking to get a change here, but he turns it over at center ice. Bardo on the back check. Here come the Tigers back the other way. Stopping up, and there's a nice move to get around Gannon, but not a shot for the Tigers. Good defensive play here for Georgia, trying to keep these guys out of the slot. With just about 4 minutes gone through this third period, Georgia still up 3-0. But Clemson with some good zone time right now. No real chances on this shift as Georgia is still trying to get it out. Here comes Bardo. Dan Bardo dumps this one into the side of the goal. Whitwer chasing. Georgia gets a change here. This one's fired the length of the ice, looking for a stretch pass, but the intended target is on the bench now as he was in the middle of a change. Here's Tyler Stewart, the new sophomore for Georgia. He takes a check at the blue line, goes down. That one was harder than it looked. But he lays one of his own in the corner. Martin trying to get out there and stretch out to grab that one, but the puck just leaves the ice. So a lucky break there for Bill Martin as he likely would not have won that foot race. Puck went out into the netting.
Yeah, and although Clemson only had really one good opportunity right in front of Ryan Testino as he blockered it away, it was an excellent shift, an excellent couple shifts for them. That's why we've been bringing up all night. The Tigers don't go away easily. Good job from Clemson there on 4 straight minutes. That was probably their best couple of shifts of the night, and they'll look to keep it up.
Face off to the left of Parker Dietz. We have confirmation on the goalie's name now.
He was not even on the roster.
He is not on the roster we were given, so shout out to Parker Dietz for some good play through this one. 22 saves on 25 shots so far in this game. Testino clears that one to the corner. He's got 23 saves on 23 shots. So good goaltending matchup tonight. Georgia just has the edge in the goal department. Here's a chance for Georgia. Eberle with the pass over to Adler as Dietz just stretched out to get that one as the Tigers give him some stick taps on the bench over there. Best save of the game there for Dietz in the goal crease. Here's a chance. They shoot just over the net, wide open net. But it just sails over the crossbar. Here comes Eberle back the other way for Georgia, able to get a stick on it that time. Was the back checker. Here's Hedquist. This one's going to go all the way back to the point, but Poole able to keep it in. He'll sky it, but it goes off that low ceiling once again.
Yeah, excellent job from Dietz there. That was something we had written down tonight. Clemson goalies last year, a group of John Kearney and Josh Bailey, had 5 goals against average. And, of course, we mentioned that .8 save percentage, so not great. Now we see a new goalie that we didn't see last season. That was something Clemson truly needed to do.
Clemson wins the draw in front of their own bench. Parente gets control quickly, though, trying to get it in deep, and he does. And on the forecheck, here's Hedquist cutting into the slot. Nice move. Hedquist trying to play it over to Conway. The outstretched defender gets a skate on it, and the Tigers back the other way, but Hedquist steals it. Turnaround shot goes off a defender, still loose in the slot. Here's Conway with control behind the net. looking for help. Conway around the other side on the half wall. Up to Hagen. Just loses it, but keeps it in the zone. Parente trying to get it in deep. Conway in to help him out on the half wall. Parente still digging for it. Takes a check there at the front of the bench. Still battling for it there right in front of the backup goalie at the bench. There's a high hit. Parente. Clemson wanted a call there. A couple of high hits from both sides towards the end of this shift here. Conway looking for Parente in front. Toe drag shot just saved off the stick of Dietz. Hagen turnaround shot trying to get it in deep. But it was kept out, and this one will be icing, so Clemson will have to keep those tired skaters out there. Fresh legs on the first line here for Georgia.
Yeah, good job there from Georgia. Consistent offensive zone threat there. Couple good shots, as you mentioned, the toe drag swag from Conway. Saw a little bit of that last night as the NFL season kicked off, and a good shot, but caught, I think, the stick and the blocker. So good save as well, and showing out so far are both teams in this third period what we were expecting. We'll see what this boils down to.
Toe drag swag. Face off to the left of Dietz, and it's cleared again. This one will be on net, so no ice. Clemson gets a full change. Here's Poole circling back. Punzenberger trying to get it going out of his own end. Here comes Hagen, steps around the check. And the forechecker will hear it from the Georgia bench. Looks like he's hurt on the play, on the missed check that Hagen dodged. Might have caught his wrist there. That's number 29. We don't have a name for him on the roster. There's a chance in front. Donato couldn't get the shot away. Takes a whack from Dietz in front. Poole floats one on goal. Dietz has to jump to get control. A creative shot there from Leighton Poole. A smart play and a little bit of extracurriculars at the side of the net.
That'll be both going to the box, and now it's going to escalate. Another man comes in. Mazzaro's fighting with two. He'll get some help from his teammate, Donato. Donato's going to go to the box. Punzi's in there, and it's a whole heap of players. The benches want to clear. Parente wants to come out.
This is more like what we're used to seeing out of these two teams.
Every man that is not a goalie down on the ice. Looks like the Dogs got a big handle on this one. The man to the left can't see the numbers anymore of the goal.
We got two helmets off.
Got his Clemson defender in a hold. Players on the right eventually get up. We'll see how many players go to the box here.
Of course, we do not condone fighting here on the UGA Hockey YouTube channel, but those are probably going to be some cool pictures. Our photographers are down there in the corner.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing those.
They have the benefit of being on the side that the Dogs attack, of course, with Clemson defending this right side. So they're usually set up there for goals, but all of a sudden they became kind of boxing photographers. And they're still jarring. Mazzaros wants some.
Mazzaros, a jack of all trades tonight. 2 goals and maybe a few punches added to the score sheet. He's certainly getting his money's worth on the way to the box here.
He called out the big defender, Christian Romeo. He's fighting up in that class, and it certainly looked like he held his own at least.
So a little bit of a yard sale in behind the goal. A couple of sticks, linesmen in to clean it up.
So you'll likely see Robbie Whitworth come out here, the captain, and just get a rundown once the refs have decided. He is, you can already see him perched up there. He's got one leg kind of further up on the boards. He's ready to come out as soon as these refs make a decision to.
So there's 2 guys in the box for Clemson. It looks like 1 so far for Georgia. It's Mazzaros pointing.
Mazzaros is still talking to the Clemson Tigers in the box. They're both still drawing.
I'd love, in a world where we could have a mic on them down there. I'm sure there's nothing that could be shown on YouTube being said, but just rest assured it's pretty entertaining.
Punzenberger has joined Mazzaros in the box. It looks like number 93 for Clemson. Interesting to see that I don't believe Christian Romeo is in there yet. Testino is.
Did a little stretch break here for the goalies.
I believe that the goalies are both stretching. I thought Testino was maybe mirroring for a second, but they just got the same stretch warm-up. It looks like we might be decided here with 2 men in each box. Certainly could have been more, but actually Jack Gannon looks like he might enter. No, he'll just get the call from Mazzaros.
Maybe not. So it looks like it's going to be offsetting on both sides. Likely 5-on-5. No? Well, we got some penalties coming up on the clock. 4 minutes to number 93. Again, we don't have a 93 on our roster here.
4 minutes is...
Not sure who that is. 2 double minors. 4 minutes for both Clemson
You
players.
would assume those would likely be for fighting or punches.
I'm also going to assume there's a couple of 4 minutes on that guest side over there.
That might mean
we're
we
about to see.
get some interesting hockey.
Are we
Mazzaros.
some 3-on-3 here?
Mazzaros.
For 4 minutes?
Goes for 4 minutes as well.
I don't think I've ever seen this before. Yep, we are going to have 4 minutes of 3-on-3. Of course, if anybody scores, no one's going to come out of the box. So it's not college hockey without some fights and some weird penalties going on.
Yeah,
and that's a scoreboard you don't see every day.
Yeah, we mentioned that Clemson and UGA fought both times last season. Men getting kicked out in both games. So everyone stays in this one, but we will have double minors, 2 on each side for 3-on-3 hockey. 4 men are out for UGA. So they're not getting the message.
There's a lot of newcomers out there for Georgia, and I'm sure there's a bunch on the Clemson side as well. Welcome to college club hockey, guys. This is what you get right here.
Are they going to do 4-on-4?
I don't know what's happening.
It is
it looks like
lining
it's
up as
4-on-4.
4-on-4.
Okay. 4-on-4, but there's 2 penalties on each side.
Yeah,
so I'm sure it looks like 2
rule.
of those are offsetting, or likely on Mazzaros and number 93, if I had to guess.
Yeah, this might be deeper in the rule book than we've ever gone.
If I had to guess, it's offsetting minors and then 4-on-4s on the other 2. So the other guys will come out when the whistle happens. There's a shot. I think Testino got a piece of that one off the stick. He didn't see that shot come in from the low slot there. Here's a shot from the outside. One-time chance from the top of the circle, just goes wide. Here's Hagerman with it for the Dogs. He'll try to step through a check. Puck finds its way out to center ice, but it's lifted right back into the zone. 12:34 left to go here in the third period. Georgia still leads 3-0 over Clemson. Dangerous pass there from Hagerman, but Gannon able to hold on to it. Trying to step around his man. Drops it off. Conway tees one off, looking for Parente back door. And here's a chance back the other way for the Tigers. Good back check right there for the Dogs. That time it was Parente. He's been excellent on both sides of the puck tonight. Here comes Conway back the other way. Conway still with control, looking for someone in front, curls back around behind the net. Stops up in the corner. Declan Conway with it. Hooked up just a little bit, no call there. Bill Martin with it, back up to Parente. He'll walk the line, drops it off for Gannon. Chips it around his man. Here comes Gannon into the slot. Takes a knee right there. Arms instantly go up from the referees, and we will get another penalty here on Clemson. This one's rimmed around the boards. Maybe another call coming up here. A little bit of a late check there. I don't think they're going to call that one. Here's Martin with it at the top of the circle, trying to fire it across to Gannon. So 5 guys out there for Georgia, so 5-on-4 right now with the empty net. Conway with it. He's got Gannon. Looked like he was going to fire one there, but this one will leave the zone. Still no touch from Clemson, though.
Yeah, and this is excellent job of just killing time now with a 3-goal lead.
Very long delayed penalty here. Georgia will take it. Here comes Conway back the other way, trying to get set up. Poke checked off of his stick, though, and they will finally touch it up. So we will have 4-on-3.
4-on-3 hockey. Dogs with a big advantage here. Testino will come back onto the ice, of course, and we'll see what the first power play line is in this interesting situation, as the Clemson Tigers are going to get a little bit chummy in their bullpen out there. They're going to have 3 players just stacked on top of each other in the penalty box.
And this rig's a little tight in this neutral zone. I'm not sure if you guys can really see it on camera, but really big offensive zones with these curling circles down there. And the neutral zone's about the length, or about the width of the face-off circles, about 2 feet on each side of it in between. So these penalty boxes are really small, and they're really filling them up tonight.
The refs have certainly had their work cut out for them tonight. We want to thank them, especially with a game that we have now officially gone after midnight on.
You didn't have to say that.
We'll get some good
I'm going to
sleep.
get sleepy here. Here's Hagen with it. Mishandles the pass. Holds on to it, though, at the blue line. Hagen walking it down. He's got Burnett. Back to his partner, Hagen. Burnett slides down. Hagen fires it across. Loose stick in front. Here's a shot saved by Dietz as he flashes the leather. A little bit of swag there in the crease from the Clemson goalie.
That's now 27 saves on 30 shots. Dietz has been showing out. Didn't see him last year for Auburn. Won't know if he's a freshman or not, but.
And we've got another guy headed to the box for Georgia. 3-on-3.
For what?
Slashing on David Everly.
Interesting because there was no whistle.
It was after the play.
Yeah, so slashing after the play, a little bit extra. So that 4-on-3 now goes away. There'll be about a minute 45 of 3-on-3, and then Clemson will have a 5-on-4, and then we'll be back to 5-on-5 after about another 15 seconds.
Something like that.
Something
3-on-3
like
at least for now. We're trying to keep track of it. We got this new scoreboard here trying to keep track of penalty times, and they're making it as hard as they can on us. Here's Conway trying to beat him out for it. In a battle with McKeon, he's got Hagen with him. Held up is Conway. That's another penalty. He was eaten alive on that play. And it's right in front of the referee. I'm not sure that McKeon has much of a case to plead here. That was about as blatant of a penalty as you could call.
So, Dogs back on the 4-on-3.
Yes?
For some amount of time.
What is happening?
We are journalism majors. We're not built for this kind of math.
I'm trying to do math.
It's interesting because, like every hockey scoreboard, the penalties have 2.
Uh-huh.
Now there are 4 men in the box for Clemson, 3 for Georgia.
I mean, let's just put them all in there at this rate.
If we could zoom in, good job, Ren, on the camera here.
Attaboy, Ren.
The Clemson Tigers can't even sit down. Oh, there they go. Oh, they're pretty much on each other's laps.
They're 4 wide in there.
That's
excellent. Really impressive.
All right, so
4 wide like Daytona, baby. And it is definitely the big one here. It is a NASCAR reference for all my racing fans at home.
We touched NFL, NASCAR. We're doing well.
We like sports.
The after midnight running game has got us a little fired up, especially with the first game of the season, as the refs continue to talk to the Ice Dawgs about what exactly the situation is here, because we thought it would be a 4-on-3. I think
it looks like it might be. Parente is off the bench here.
Yeah,
it's got to be a power play for Georgia because there's one more in the box on the white side than there is on the red.
I think Conway might be asking why that isn't more than 2 minutes, because, like you said, he got absolutely clobbered.
He might be asking that, or maybe a penalty shot, but he wasn't clear enough on a breakaway. He was side by side at the blue line.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Conway's arguing for something
I think they
more
made
major.
the right call there, though.
I think as well. If I had to guess what Conway's saying, I think he's saying, I want a penalty shot.
All right, so we're back to 4-on-3. We'll see how long that lasts, though. Face off to the left of Dietz. In a very entertaining third period. Guess what? We're only halfway through it, as that puck just skips over the stick of Burnett.
You know who I really feel bad for is the stat keeper.
I'm sure that book is flooded down there right now.
They're also in between 7 hockey players right now.
Here's a chance. Conway in the high slot. Tees one off. Dietz gets the save, and it's cleared. A hard shot there from Conway. He got full extension on the slap shot, but Dietz comes up big. He's been excellent in this third period. I think they will officially score that as the 27th shot of the game. I think we have a little bit different of a count here. Here's Hagen down in the corner. Trying to play it up to the point, but another good play as this one skips again over the stick of Burnett. So there's 40 seconds left on the first penalties, which I believe will come out of the box. And that will be a 5-on-4 still for Georgia, I think. We might have to wait for a whistle for the next guys to come out of the box for Georgia, because there's a 3-second difference in the penalties on the guest side over here, or on the home side rather. Here's a shot from Poole, just whiffs on that one. Really got a hold of it, rims it around the boards. Here's Conway with it on the half wall, plays it back up to the point. Gannon down. Here's a shot. Poole with a save, or save from Dietz. Poole with the drive. So out of the box is Mazzaros and number 9 of Clemson. So we're back to 5-on-4. Hedquist takes the ice. Mazzaros to the bench. 9 seconds left on the penalty to Eberle. but he won't be leaving the box.
Well, he is leaving the box.
Apparently he will. So 6 guys on the ice for Georgia, and Everly will just jump on the bench. He's looking around like he doesn't know what's going on.
Clemson hasn't set out their player that Everly should have been sent out with, so they're confused.
What's happening?
Now the one comes out for Clemson. He's going to skate onto the ice.
All right, so is it – we're back to 5-on-5, I think, for now. And there's 2 – I don't know what's going on. 5-on-5 hockey. Here comes Poole up the ice for the Dogs. 8:16 left to go, and they are offsides. More people leaving the box. I think we are done with that debacle, Joe.
Yeah, you know, we felt like we were having a really good stream and doing really well, and then that one kind of just threw a tire wrench into everything.
It pulled the string on us.
Yeah.
Baseball. Little curveball.
Yeah, fell off the table there.
Yep. Little knuckleball.
Fork ball right below the zone, but I think
How
we
many
handled
pitches
it
can we
well.
do?
And now we're going to have a timeout for the Ice Dogs. 8 minutes and 13 seconds left. Coach Campy.
What do you think he's
Coach
saying
John
down there?
Camp is saying, Mazzaros, probably don't do that again, and let's try and keep this one clean and end it out with a victory. 3-goal lead. We just got to keep it simple. We'll take a short little break here, throw on some music, and then we'll be right back after this timeout.
I need to catch my breath. .13 left to go here in the third period. It's 3-0 Ice Dogs with no shortage of action here in this final frame. This one's fired in hard by Bill Martin. In the chase it is Crawford.
Yeah.
First time we've seen him out there tonight, and quickly back off the ice as he broke his stick. So quick shift for Daniel Crawford.
Expensive night for Crawford.
Very expensive night.
30 seconds and
Dollars per minute.
a broken twig.
Here's a chance. Eberle with speed. He'll take it down the right wing side. He's got help. Eberle takes the shot. Got tipped. He had an angle there. Trying to shoot between the legs of, that's number 4. Hey, Charles Dubose. We have him on the lineup.
Yeah, I think Eberle there has to drop it off. He had a trailer right behind him. I think that drop-off one-timer, maybe a little bit better of an angle, but not a bad idea from Eberle. It creates an offensive zone draw. Like you said, lots of action here, penalties, fighting galore. However, no goals scored, so Dogs will try and change that, get a little bit bigger of a lead here, make it a little bit more comfortable in the last 7 and 40 seconds.
One thing I'm noticing out here, we've talked a lot about Clemson being a late period team here, but it seems like they're just getting outskated right now. They can't keep up with this deep Georgia team. And that's prevalent with this fourth line out here for Georgia. The physicality runs all the way through the Georgia lineup, and it's hard to keep up with them for 60 minutes. Here they come, though. The Tigers trying to make a push here, trying to settle the puck, bouncing around down there in the corner. Still with control are the Tigers. Here's a shot from the point, blockered away by Testino. Another one off the stick, it looked like. Puck down in the corner. Bardo in to pick it up. Here comes Burnett with it for Georgia. Off the boards, looking for Gutman, but a good keep there for the Tigers. Able to punch it out, though, on the second chance was Burnett. This one not enough for icing. Dubose picks it up for the Tigers. Curls back. Here's Donato, chips it off the boards. Georgia able to keep it in. Donato still digging for it. Still in the zone. Donato fighting for it, in to help him as Mazzaros finally leaves the zone. Oh, I guess it didn't. They didn't blow it dead. Here comes Punzenberger in to help out. Nice toe drag, but he couldn't get around the last defender there. That's Benedetto. Here's Donato looking for help out of the corner. Takes the slash. Fighting off 3 defenders down there in the corner is Will Donato. And he finally loses the puck. This one chipped all the way down the ice. Should be icing if Martin beats it, and he does.
Now, that was just excellent job from Will Donato. He doesn't create any offensive pressure. There was one shot. But in a game you're up 3-0, Will Donato pretty much single-handedly just created a minute off the scoreboard for Clemson. An excellent job. Going back to your point about how deep this Georgia team is, it's been deep in the past, but this seems like it's the first time that Georgia has had 4 lines where you would trust any guy that's out there. They had a strong 3 lines last year. All this time, 20 players deep.
Absolutely, Joe. All these guys look like they've been skating all summer, and they certainly have with the training camps and everything that Georgia's been doing, going back into July with summer skates and everything. So conditioning definitely a factor here late in this final 10 minutes, as Clemson cannot seem to keep up with these Georgia forecheckers. But they will make every last push that they can. They'll dump this one into the zone, trying to get something going as they go for a change in behind the play. Here's a chance in front. Whiffed on the shot. Best opportunity of the third right there for Clemson. But here they come back the other way. Georgia taken back by John McKeon. Outside, shoots it off the pad of Testino, and he'll freeze it. Little extra chop there after the whistle. Parente takes exception, or Hagerman takes exception to that, pardon me.
Yeah, it might be bold to say, but I think that was Clemson's best opportunity all night. They had a 1-0 on Testino earlier where he made a great save. But as a goalie, you kind of prefer that. When that puck comes into the slot, there's really nothing you can do. We've seen the Dogs protect against that well all night. That's something they struggled with last season. That was the first time that that puck has just gotten in to the slot untouched.
Face off won by the Tigers. D-to-D pass on the point. Here's a shot looking for the tip in front. Testino got a piece of it. Rebound finds the corner. Centering pass looking for it at the side of the net. Still loose, goes to the corner. And this one's off the glass and out. It was touched, it looks like. Out to play it is Dietz. Fired around the boards, no icing. As the Dogs are trying to punch it back in at the blue line. Rolls off the back of Conway. Edquist trying to get control, poked away, but Conway gets it back at center ice for Georgia. He's hounded by Kopf and McKeon. Here comes Gannon, looking to dump it in. Fires it in on goal. Almost caught Dietz sleeping. He blockered that one away to the half wall. Parente couldn't come up with it, and here come the Tigers back the other way. Pass just out in front of the streaking winger. Puck goes all the way back down into the Clemson zone. Georgia will get a change while they can. In on the forecheck. Poole stepping up, trying to get it back. Dubose misses the pass. Georgia able to pin it in deep again. Everly almost hooked him up there. Looked like a stick got caught up in the pants of one of the Tigers. Driving to the net. We've got a penalty coming up here on Georgia as Eberle touches up and takes exception to the late hit. We got a hook. Looks like it will be on Hedquist.
Yeah, Hedquist just got around the Clemson Tiger that was all alone in the zone. Didn't really have to do that, but does. I think the statistician's book might be full from the penalties because Testino had just saved 2 shots. He's still sitting at 23 shots on goal. So Testino so far excellent on the night and maybe even more excellent than the scoreboard says. He'll have to be strong here on the power play as there'll be 2 minutes of Clemson having a 5-on-4.
So maybe one last gasp for air here for Clemson. Down 3 with 4:23 left to go in the game. They've got a big power play coming up. Puck stuck under the Clemson center. Poole able to pull it out and just gets it out.
That's
down into the Clemson zone. Here's Whitwer. He's going to just pin this puck. Georgia wanted a penalty called there as the Clemson defender was all over the back of Whitwer. Driving around the net is number 9 of the Tigers. Drops it off. Hagen trying to play it, and he does, but it's not out. Kept in at the blue line. Down the half wall. Curled back. Looking for someone in front. No one there. Testino plays it to the side of the net. Poole falls on it. And he throws it around the boards. No hand pass in your own zone. That's a clean play there. Here's a shot from the top of the circle looking for the tip in front. McKeon looks like he got a stick on it, but not enough to get it past Testino. Whitwer trying to get it out, but it's kept in at the blue line. Fired back in deep. Poole with pressure on him. McKeon there. Whitwer able to tip this one all the way down. And the Dogs will get a change in PK units. Under a minute left to go here on the man advantage for the Tigers.
Excellent job by Poole on multiple clears. He did it any way he could, even though he couldn't get a stick sometimes on it, or at least a large portion of it.
Good check there by Parente on the back check to break it up. But the Tigers stay with the puck here. That's full. Shot from the outside, off the skate of Gannon, rimmed around the boards and all the way back down for Dietz to play it. 27 seconds left to go on the 5-on-4. Hedquist standing up in the box. One last rush here for Clemson if they hurry, but Parente gets a stick on that one. Trying to play it out in front. Conway couldn't get a stick on it. 7 seconds left to go on the power play for Clemson. Trying to cut to the middle, but a great defensive play there by Gannon. Testino freezes it. 1 second left on the penalty to Hedquist. Face off inside the Georgia zone.
Excellent penalty killing again from the Dogs. They've been good on both sides of it tonight. The power play could get a little bit more work. That's where the Ice Dogs exceeded last year. However, the penalty kill was one of the worst areas of their game. Tonight it's been excellent, so I think you'll take that trade, especially in a 3-0 game.
Face off won cleanly by Mazzaros as we are back to even strength. Donato trying to punch it out. Still digging for it, gets control of it, fires it across the ice. Here's Punzenberger with speed down the right wing side, looking for the toe drag, puck bouncing on it. Here's a shot, Punzenberger somehow gets it through. But a good save there by Dietz at the side of the goal. Martin fires one in on goal, save there by Dietz, blockered away, puck still loose in front. And it's cleared to the boards, off the glass and out. Bill Martin able to glove it down though. Oh, there's a hit there from Donato, and we got a penalty coming up on Georgia. Donato with his third of the night.
And a little bit of taunting after.
He waves goodbye.
Donato, his first year on the Ice Dogs, have him down as a sophomore, so he's been playing hockey. His first year on the Ice Dogs. He might bring that Matt Bigda energy in the terms of setting the energy and the momentum for the Ice Dogs. Less than 2 minutes here, so Clemson will likely be on the power play for the rest of the night.
6 penalty minutes on the night for the rookie Will Donato, the sophomore out of Collegeville, Pennsylvania. And like you said, Joe, certainly filling the role of Bigda on that top line with the penalty minutes and the trash talking. Just need to get him on the score sheet, though.
He might be on pace to have the all-time penalty minutes for an Ice Dog of all time in one season if he keeps this up.
Lots of talking on the Georgia bench there. They're certainly letting the Tigers hear it. Here's a tip in front. They score! John McKeon with the tip in front. And the Tigers cut the gap to 2 now.
Excellent job by the Tigers there. They finally get one in on the power play. Excellent job. They've been grinding on it all night. A good job. Shot from the point. Gets tipped around. I think that also went off an Ice Dog stick. Ryan Testino had no chance back there as that one bounced around a couple of times and finally ended up in the back of the net. It'll be a 3-1 game as that power play, of course, ends with a Clemson goal.
So it's a power play goal for John McKeon with the deflection in front of the net. 3-1. Still a little bit of time left on the clock. Now we might see Dietz leave the net. If the Tigers can get control of it in the offensive zone, Georgia trying to do their best to pin it in deep with this fourth line out there right now. Very physical forechecking line out here for Georgia, trying to kill some clock. But Clemson gets control of it. Dietz looking over to the bench, and they're going to pull him. Dropped off. Here's a shot, easily saved by Testino. Maybe a timeout coming up here for the Tigers.
We will see. I would think they would try and call a timeout and draw up something on the face-off, but instead, goalie goes back out there. A man will have to come off for Clemson. They have 6 out there still. I don't think they've got the memo. If they're not careful here, they might have 6 men on the ice. They pull the goalie. So if they win the face-off here, instead of a quick shot, you would maybe think they try and keep possession with a 6-on-5.
Minute 10 left to go in the game, barring a comeback here from the Tigers. But they're going to make an effort.
And we've talked all night about how the Tigers love to storm back. That's certainly their goal. The referees are pointing up at the scoreboard as there's still a penalty up there. No one, of course, in the box as UGA had to let their player back out after Clemson scored. But Clemson would love to try and storm back in this one. They'll have to do it quickly.
Face-off to the left of Testino. Big face-off coming up here. And it's won by the Tigers. They get possession. Quick shot off the draw. Pad save Testino. And he will smother it.
So what do I know? They do take a quick shot off the draw. Thought they would maybe try and look for the best shot, although they do only have about 32.5 seconds per goal if they want to come back in this one. So not a bad idea. We'll see.
3 guys back, though, for Clemson. I'd look to see if someone could clog the front of the net for the Tigers. Georgia defending the slot tightly right now with 3 players of their own down there. Face-off won by Conway as he kicks it to the corner. And we got a penalty coming up here. Looks like it's going to be on the Tigers. And it will be as they touch up.
Looks like tripping or
high
hooking.
Stick
Ooh.
signaled by the referee. And the Georgia bench with an ovation. Looks like it's going to be the goal scorer, John McKeon, headed to the box. And Georgia's bench sure to let him hear how bad of a mistake that was.
Yeah, an Ice Dog went down, so we knew it was something like a tripping, a hooking, but high stick, they say he caught him under the chin. That's why he went down, and now there'll be a power play here for Georgia. Clemson will likely try and clear it and then send their goalie back out to get a 5-on-5. But for right now, it'll be a 5-on-4 for the rest of the game for Georgia with 55 seconds remaining.
So face off to the left of Dietz. Conway trying to go between the legs off the draw. We'll see if the Tigers going to pull the goalie here. Kopf trying to muscle it to the net. Still got control. Goalie still in the net as Georgia will clear it on goal. Dietz fires it quickly back up, but Hedquist gets it right back. Trying to play it down low for Parente. Fired back out in front. Hedquist wasn't there. Tigers trying to get one last rush here. 30 seconds left in the game. Conway fires it back across. The Dogs killing some time here. 20 seconds. Poole with it off the boards. He's got Gannon at the blue line. And here's a chance. Odd man rush 3-on-2 for Georgia. Hedquist with it. Takes the shot looking for that short side corner. He had it, but he just missed it. Kept in the zone. Parente, a broken chance. Here comes Hedquist walking in. Poke check by Dietz. Breaks it up, and that will do it for the game. Last second scoring chance for Hedquist. But that will be all here from Greenville. Final score 3-1 Georgia. On the road, season opener, Georgia starts it with a win.
Yeah, excellent job from the Ice Dogs tonight in pretty much every facet of the game. They did excellent. You would maybe like to see a little bit more pressure on the power play, but I think the score says enough, especially with some excellent goaltending on the Clemson side. Excellent goaltending, of course, from Ryan Testino. You get used to saying that. Teams will meet at center ice for the handshake as they go through. It's always good to see after a scrappy game an amicable ending with these teams lining up. And a good start for the Ice Dogs season. They had a great season last season, of course, in which they went 21-9-2, and they had a deep run in nationals and, of course, the CHS playoffs. However, they started that season with a 6-0 loss to Tennessee, so certainly a nicer taste in the mouth to start this one, Torin.
That's absolutely right, Joe. Thank you all for joining us. For Joe Kopsho and Ren Grimsley, I'm Torin Smith. Stick around for our post-game thoughts and an interview as Ren Grimsley's down there to grab Josh Mazzaros. So we will be right back after a short break. Thanks for joining us, everybody, for this Ice Dawgs season opener. It's a 3-1 victory for the Dogs over the Clemson Tigers from Greensville, South Carolina. And I'll send it over to Joe for the 3 stars of the game.
Yeah, 3 stars of the game. The Dogs played great. It's hard to just pick 3. I think we'll go with Ryan Testino at the 3rd star. The goalie showed out tonight. So close to pitching a shutout. He'll probably blame that one on me, as I did say the word once off air. So it was close, as that one was not totally his fault, bounced in, but a good showing. We have him as, I believe, 23 saves on 24 shots, but it was probably something more like 29 out of 30. As Torin has to go run and get the interview real quick. So we'll finish this off. 2 stars has to go to the man that scored his first goal of the season. It was number 44, of course, James Hedquist. Still learning the numbers here, the new guys a little bit, as Hedquist switched around numbers with another Ice Dog. So number 44 adds his first to the night. And, of course, it was the first goal of the game, a big one to start the Ice Dogs out. And then, like you mentioned earlier, the Tiger King, the 1-star, Josh Mazzaro's 2 goals on the night. Got a little bit chippy there. He did everything for the Ice Dogs. Got momentum turned around, did anything that Coach Campy and any one of his players asked for him as he steps into that big role of trying to be that top point scorer. Torin?
Yeah, the Tiger King does what the Tiger King does, and what he does is whoop up on the Clemson Tigers. That makes it a 3-game goal streak for him against Clemson going back to last season. 4 goals over that span. It's hard to argue against those results, and he's, like we said, he's all over the ice tonight. He had a big penalty at one point, 4 minutes in the box, but all over the ice, talking trash, setting the tone. Hard to argue against that first star pick there, Joe.
Exactly right. Now, please stay tuned as we continue to wrap this 3-1 victory up. We know it's late, but we have a post-game interview with the number 1 star, Josh Mazzaro. Stay tuned.
Thanks.
Hello, everybody. I'm Rin Grimsley. I'm here with Josh Mazzaros. Josh just played a great game against the Tigers, 3-1. It was a very aggressive game, as we know. Georgia brought it early. But how did y'all respond when Clemson came back and was aggressive?
Oh, they came out hitting right away, and we just had to stick to our game plan, and that's what we have to do.
Awesome. And we have a game next weekend against South Carolina at home.
Yes.
What are some things that you were looking for that maybe we could clean up from this game?
Oh, the first game, obviously have a couple turnovers, everything like that. South Carolina's a big one. We want them. It's going to be a fun, physical, fast game, so this was great to get us in the mojo and know what we have to fix for it.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us here from the Pavilion in Greenville, South Carolina for the season opener of the Ice Dawgs. Thank you for joining us for Joe Kopsho and Ren Grimsley. I'm Torin Smith. Home opener next week, September 15th against the University of South Carolina at the Ice, so be sure to join us right here on the UGA Ice Dawgs YouTube channel. Thank you. See you next time.